Hello everyone! Press the like button, subscribe, and write in the comments below your prediction for today's blockbuster, Barcelona vs Bayern. And while you're typing, we proceed to start. Let's get the show on the pitch. Messi has notched 11 goals and 12 assists across 16 appearances for PSG this season. AC Milan have scored 4 goals in the Champions League away match for the 4th time in their history and for the first time since 2005. Man City have missed 25 penalties under Guardiola, more than any other Premier League club. Mbappe has slotted 16 goals and provided 4 assists in 16 appearances for PSG this season. Juventus have conceded 3 goals during the first half of a match for the first time in their Champions League history. PSG, Borussia Dortmund and Benfica reached the Champions League round of 16. Juventus did not make it to the Champions League playoffs for the first time since the 2013-14 campaign. Real Madrid have registered their 4th Champions League defeat in 2022. Only in 2001 have they suffered more defeats, namely 5, in a single calendar year of the competition. In the list of the Champions League all-time top scorers, Messi is only 11 goals behind Ronaldo, 129 to 140. Mikel Arteta wants to see Sergej Milinkovic-Savic at Arsenal roster. The Gunners will have to withstand competition with Manchester United and Juventus. During the 2022 World Cup, Haaland will be in Marbella for sure, or in Norway. It depends on how he behaves in Marbella as to how good he is for the second half of the season. Hopefully he doesn't drink much, eat much, and come back fit, Pep Guardiola joked. Arsenal are considering selling Kieran Tierney to Aston Villa. Unai Emery really wishes to see the Scot in his squad. This year, Zidane celebrated his 50th birthday. Following the occasion, the Gravin Wax Museum in Paris made a new statue of Zizou. The famous footballer was present for the opening. A Real Madrid fan who was traveling to the 2022 World Cup in Qatar on foot has gone missing in Iran. Santiago Sanchez left Madrid as planned to reach Doha ahead of the World Cup kickoff, while the opening match is scheduled for November 20th. PSG have scored 7 goals in the Champions League for the first time in 22 years. PSG are set to activate the contract release clause of Pau Torres from Villarreal. The Spanish centre-back can join the Red and Blues for 50 million euros. Former Liverpool official Michael Edwards is close to being appointed as Manchester United's sporting director. Juventus could sign Mihailo Mudryk and send him on a season-long loan to Genoa. Chelsea are now set to appoint Monaco technical director Lawrence Stewart as the new director at the club. The Blues and the Monegasques have already agreed on terms of the Englishman's transfer. A Spanish court sentenced a man who was about to carry out a terrorist attack on Barcelona's Camp Nou to 3 years behind bars. The Daily Mail reports, Mohamed Yassin Emrani wanted to attack the stadium with a drone packed with explosives. We will watch the Inter vs Plzen match before the Bayern game, Xavi shared. Neymar Jr. doesn't want to get involved in the scandals surrounding PSG. The Brazilian wants to show his best football qualities instead. Neuer, Sané and Hernandez will not be playing against Barcelona. Footballers recover from injuries. During the Champions League matchday 5, PSG had fewer Frenchmen in the squad than Maccabi Haifa, 2 for the Israeli side against 1 for the Parisians. Villarreal announced the appointment of Quique Setién. His contract is valid until the summer of 2024. Borussia Dortmund striker Sebastian Aller has begun his recovery from a testicular tumor. Ivory Coast international will be preparing to return to the pitch at the base of Ajax, his former team. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez underwent an operation on his lungs. The 75-year-old official had a nodule in one of his lungs successfully removed. Injuries exist in the world of football. If you don't want to get injured, stay on the sofa. Marca quoted Carlo Ancelotti as saying, Mbappe Jr. made his full debut for PSG U19 team in the UEFA Youth League. The Parisians faced Maccabi Haifa. Cristiano Ronaldo returned to training with Manchester United's first-team players. Before appointing Setién, Villarreal management offered Mauricio Pochettino to head the team, though the Argentine turned the offer down. Barcelona are not satisfied with the adaptation of Frank Kessie, thus considering the option of selling the footballer already in January for 45 million euros. Real are set to offer Marco Asensio a new 3-year contract, Cadena SER reported. Luka Modric announced that he's gonna retire from international football after the upcoming 2022 World Cup. Ukraine will demand to apply the most severe sanctions against the Russian Football Union from FIFA and UEFA. Yesterday we enjoyed the Champions League matchday 5 games. The latest results are in front of you. Moving on to the main news of the release. Let's dive straight into yesterday's fixtures. In Group E, Chelsea and Milan took their victories over Salzburg and Dinamo respectively. Kovacic and Havertz succeeded for the Blues, while Gabia, Leao, Giroud plus own goal got the job done for the Rossoneri. Meanwhile, in the Group F, Shakhtar had a friendly 1-1 draw, while RB Leipzig unexpectedly outclassed Real Madrid in 3-2 with the efforts of Guardiola, Nkunku, and Werner. Ancelotti's team managed to respond only with accurate shots from Vinicius and Rodrigo. In the main event of Group G, Borussia and Man City decided to end things up by having a goalless draw, while Sevilla left no chances for Copenhagen 3-0. And Nesiri, Isco, and Montiel secured the victory for Sevillistas. Finally, Group H, where PSG defeated Maccabi 7-2. Messi and Mbappe nailed 2+2. Neymar and Soler netted only one each, not to mention Goldberg's own goal. As for another match of the same quartet, Benfica completely demolished Juventus 4-3, thus eliminating the old lady from the Champions League. The current tournament position of the groups looks like this. According to The Sun, Manchester City are keeping tabs on Kvaratskhelia, who is also gaining interest from Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. Napoli are keen to keep the 21-year-old on their books, and it seems they are looking to put a more lucrative contract on the table. It's understood that Napoli could insert a £65 million buyout clause into a fresh agreement, but Kvaratskhelia is reluctant to sign on the dotted line as he wants to keep his options open. The head coach of Sporting CP answered the question about the possible return of Cristiano Ronaldo to the Green and White's camp. Ronaldo is a top player, a Manchester United player. Everybody in Sporting dreams of the return for Cristiano, but we don't have the money to pay his wages. I think he's happy in Manchester, but is not playing, so that is the problem. What do I think about it? I have my problems, so it's Ten Hag's problem, Ruben Amorim stated. The Parisians are concerned about expenses and intend to reduce the salary cap. After Lionel Messi revived and returned his former best self at PSG, the Red and Blues decided to make a contract extension offer to the Argentine. According to Le Parisien, PSG have already contacted Leo's entourage to open the negotiation process. Moreover, the club would like to decrease Messi's payment. After PSG's €350 million losses last season, the Paris bosses got concerned with Messi's €41 million salary. Meanwhile, Messi has not yet decided whether he wants to remain in the French capital, and such news could potentially push Leo to rejoin Barcelona. Lionel Messi once again impressed the entire football world during the duel against Maccabi Haifa. Leo became the first player this season to reach double figures in terms of contributive actions. The Argentine now has 11 goals and 12 assists. The attacker also surpassed Ronaldo in terms of goals scored from outside the box. Messi already has 23 of them, while Cristiano has only 22. What's more, many users of social media platforms note that the Argentine actually broke Pellé's record for goals plus pass system. Messi already has 1,127 points, while the legendary Brazilian has 1,126. This is still unproven information though. Folks, did you know that Lourdes Karius recently hooked up Diletta Liotta? Yeah, right, we didn't believe it ourselves, but then we came across a video of the football club project, where we got to know the details in an entertaining manner. Rather turn on and marvel at how cool the loser of the 2018 Champions League final has become. Enjoy! Well, it was football news. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.